the narrative of New South Wales against Queensland, but forget that, you've got the narrative of two tremendous Australian fighters. One guy, as I said, that's been there and done it all in George Kambosos, and a young man that has the opportunity to change his life on Saturday in Jake Wyllie. Jake, we'll start with you. I think one of the most bizarre things is you'd already bought a ticket for Saturday night. Two tickets up in the tiers. You were coming to watch George Kambosos. Now you're fighting him on Saturday, live on DAZN around the world. What an opportunity for you.
Man, it's huge. We prepared to come down here for sparring for my fight that was to be in a couple of weeks' time. My coach Luke and I, we had booked tickets to come and watch George. And, you know, as it is, here we are fighting him.
Just a remarkable story where you said you heard the phone ringing, you know, you didn't answer it, and then all of a sudden you did answer it, and it was the call. You didn't sleep great that night. Can you quite believe that you're about to take on George Kambosos on Saturday?
Well, it was about 9:15 on Sunday night, and I was half asleep. Well, I was asleep, and I sort of rolled over. I thought, geez, who's calling me this late? And it was my manager, and I thought, I better call him back. And there it was. He said, mate, George Kambosos' opponent's out. He's like, you willing to step up and take this on? And without any hesitation, I said, yes, my word I am. And I could not sleep for the rest of the night.
I mean,
I was so excited.
It's starting to make me think I didn't even have to give you a purse. You would have fought anyway on Saturday.
I wouldn't have cared. I'm not here for that. I couldn't care less.
He wanted the Kambosos lottery ticket too. Come on.
Mate, I'm here to beat George Kambosos. Yes, the money's great and that's good, but my focus isn't on that. I'm here to do a job on George and change my life forever.
I think that's an important thing to talk about, is your true belief in this fight. Some people take a fight, I mean, talk about short notice, not really. I mean, you were in training camp, you were fighting in a couple of weeks as well, but do you sit here as a guy grateful for the opportunity, or you sit here as a guy with true belief that you beat this man on Saturday night?
True belief. I always stay active, I always stay fit, I always stay healthy, so that when these opportunities arise, I can drop the hammer and say bang and take in the fight. I don't have to get ready, I'm always ready. Weight was down, I'm not jumping off the couch here. I'm coming in fit, hard, strong, and ready to do a job on George Kambosos.
I've seen various interviews, and you know, I know that you're a respectable young man as well. You're not really one for the beef, but it doesn't seem that you rate this guy too highly. I know you respect what he's done as well, but having watched him from afar, have you always felt you could beat George Kambosos?
Of course I've watched him from afar. He's done big things in Australian boxing, and you know, credit where credit's due. He's done some huge things, like the two Haney fights that he brought over here, and that was brilliant. And but for me, I've always looked at George and thought, geez, if I could only get my hands on him, he is so beatable. And now here we are, I've got the chance, and I'm not going to let this one slip.
And finally, everybody's talking about Kambosos, two-division world champion, opportunity in New York. Do you quite fathom what would happen to you on Saturday night? I mean, this is a life-changing opportunity, but you win on Saturday night, you put yourself in line for a shot at the World Championship at 140, you start talking about Hitchins, Garcia, Haney, you know, all those names that you mentioned there. You put yourself in the mix for those guys.
Mate, I look at all those top boys and I compare myself to them. I really don't think I'm that far off it. I think now's the time to beat George. I beat George on Saturday night, and then I'll look at the future, but my focus for now is George Kambosos on Saturday.
And my final question, I know they call you Jake Wyllie with a heavy-handed machine as well, but also, at the end of the day, you have a huge knockout percentage on your record. When you got that phone call on Saturday night and you couldn't sleep and you were laying in bed thinking about this fight, do you see a knockout from Jake Wyllie? Is that how you win this fight on Saturday?
Look, everyone goes on about the KO percentage, but again, I put it down to my hard work and effort. I don't believe I'd be getting these KOs if I didn't put hard work and effort in. It just comes. Yes, I can punch and I've got hands, but I'm prepared for 12 rounds and 12 rounds of boxing and 12 rounds of blood, sweat and tears. And that's what I'm here to do.
Well done for taking the opportunity. We'll start off with Jim Kambosos. Jim, welcome. It was a roller coaster the last few days. You know, we're grateful for this man for stepping up, but a real fight. You know, the hunted in George Kambosos. We know what he's done for Australian boxing. Jake Wyllie can try and rip that from him on Saturday, and George looks in tremendous